Good morning, everybody. We're doing 12-3 combining volumes. Today, this is, I would say, one of the harder math lessons of the year. It's not that the math is difficult, but seeing the problem with your eyeballs is the difficult part. I have not been getting very many questions on math, and I looked at the test scores from last week, and basically, there's a large chunk of you who are flat out lying to me. You guys need to be honest. If you don't understand something, let me know. I know you can copy the answers out of the teacher's edition and go, ooh, look at that, all my homework's correct. But if you don't understand how those answers arrived, then it's not doing you any good. So today we're going to have some questions. I better have some questions. Here is what I've been dealing with. All right, so I told you to remember, think about the roof and then multiply it by how tall the building is. Well, this is what we have today. We have irregular shapes. The first thing we have to do is we have to cut this up into shapes that we know. And that part's kind of easy because there's only one shape you guys know how to cut it up into, and that is the rectangular prism from yesterday. So this is basically, when I look at this, I see two boxes. And there's three different ways you can look at it. You could say that, oh, there's this box right here on the bottom, and then someone placed a box right on top of it. That's one way. Or you could say, oh, there's a box, a really tall box on the left-hand side with a shorter box on the right-hand side. Or if you want to use subtraction, which a lot of kids have a hard time understanding, but if it works for you, go for it. I had a big box that had everything in it, and someone came and carved out this piece right here. So, why go over learning all those different ones? I'm going to concentrate on the two box method, not the cutting a box out thing. If you're interested in that, let me know. I can, make another video on that. But for right now, there's two ways we can cut this box up. One way is I can take my pencil and I can draw the line in like this. So now I have a box on the left and I have a box on the right. All I have to do is find the volume of the box over here, find the volume of the box over here, and then add them up together. The book, in their example, they cut it up like this, to where you have, so they cut it across, so now we have box A on top and box B on the bottom. Whatever way you want to do it, go ahead and do it. The hard part, if you split the box up this way, now the book made it a little bit easier because they changed the colors of the numbers that are their label. The hard part is, what is the roof of box A? What two numbers are you going to multiply together for your roof? Well, once again, the roof is here and here. So that's going to be this one right here, which is 9, and this one right here, which is 4. So 9 times 4 is going to give me my roof. That's 36. How tall is the building? Where kids go wrong is, the building's this tall right here. It's 12. No, 12 goes from here all the way to down here. This is what I mean. You got to be able to see the problem. Box A ends right here. So this 12 in our problem, the way we split it up, doesn't do us any good. We need to ignore that 12. This box is only from here to here. So that is right here, this 5. So my 4 times 9 is 36. Then my 36 times my 5 would be what? 150, 180. So my top box is going to be 180 meters cubed. Now what I need to do is I need to find my bottom box. What is the roof of my bottom box? And kids would look at it and they go, oh, okay, the roof is going to be this 6 times this 9 right here. Mr. Stanowitz, this is so easy. What's the problem? It's not the 6. The 6 only goes from this corner to here. The box B, the roof goes from here all the way over to here. So I need to ignore this 6 in this problem, and I'm going to concentrate on the 10. This roof is 10 wide, and how long? 9 long. So 10 times 9 is 90. Then how tall is it? It's 7. 90 times 7 is 630. So if this is 180 and this one's 630, what is their volume combined? You just add them together. You add them together and you get 810. So seeing it is the hard part. Just slow down, take a couple extra, 10 seconds. Really make sure you're seeing the problem correctly. Now, same exact problem, but here I split the boxes up differently. I split them up to box A is on the left and box B is on the right. This problem, box A was on the top, box B was on the bottom. So, depending on how you line it up, how you cut it up, you're going to use different numbers. So for box A, what 2 numbers make up my roof? If you got 4 and 9, you're correct. Box A, the roof is right here and here. It's 4 and 9. How tall is box A? If you said 5, you are incorrect. Box A is 12 stories tall. So for box A, I need to do 4 times 9 times 12, and that's going to give me my answer for box A. Now, looking at box B, looking at the roof, and make sure you're looking at the roof of only box B. What 2 numbers am I going to multiply? You should multiply 6 and 9. 6 is this one right here. 9 is this one right here. Because it matches this one down here. Remember, lines that travel in the same direction have the same measurement. So 6 times 9 gives me my roof. Now how tall is box B? Don't tell me it's 12. That's box A is that tall. It is 7 meters tall. This one right here. Floor up to the ceiling. So if you do 6 times 9 gives you the roof, times 7 would give you the whole volume. And when you add it up, you should still get the same answer as before. It's going to end up being 810 meters cubed. So get your hand on the pause button. I want to make sure you guys are seeing the problems correctly. Here's number 1 in your textbook. I tend to favor chopping it up and down. So I have 1 box on the left, 1 box on the right. It makes the roofs really easy to see. If you cut it the other way, like this one here, part of the roof is hidden on box B. That's why I tend not to cut that way. You can, you just have to realize box B's roof goes from here all the way over to here because box A is sitting on top of its roof. You still count that as the whole roof though. So down here, I cut it up this way. Let's call this box A over here and this is B over here. On box A, what 2 numbers are your roof? Go ahead and pause, and then unpause when you have your answer. Your roof for box A should be 7 and 10. This 7 and this 10. And how tall is it? Go ahead and pause. It's 2. Box B, what makes up the roof? I think this one's kind of simple because they're labeled right next to it. Go ahead and pause. It's the 5 and the 7. Now how tall is it? It's the 8. There's always going to be numbers that you don't use. In this problem, I never use this 6. If I cut it up differently, so if you call up your friend and you're like, hey, what'd you get for box A and what'd you get for box B? First thing you have to check, how did your friend break it up? Let's call this one box A and this one box B. So box A, what's my roof? Still 7 times 5. What is my height? It's no longer the 6 because when we cut it, it goes back like that. It's not the full 8. We got to chop off this part here. So it's actually the 6 now. Now we're going to use the 6 because we cut the problem up differently. So doing 5 times 7 times 6 will give us box A. Box B, what's my roof? I have 7 times 15. Here's one edge of the roof. The other edge of the roof goes all the way across. That's why I'm going to ignore this 10. The 10 ends right there. The 15 goes all the way across. And then what's my height of box B? It's the measly little 2 inches over here. Now, so like I said, it's difficult to see. You got to make sure you see the problem correctly. The math is really easy. Oh, 5 times 7 times 8, so hard. That part's simple. It is the seeing of the problem. If you don't see the problem correctly, you're going to get the problem wrong. Let's do one more. Here's number 5. Let's chop up our boxes. I'm going to chop them up, going up and down again. Let's call this guy box A and this guy box B. Box A, what's your roof? Pause. It's 4 times 6. How tall is box A? Pause. It's 10 centimeters. So 6 times 4 times 10 will give you box A. For box B, what's your roof? Pause. It's 2 times 4. It's this little bit here, which is easy to see, and this bit, which is going in the same direction as this bit, so you know it's 4. And how tall is it? Pause. It's 7. So 2 times 4 gives you the roof, times 7 gives you the height. Now that you have your 2 answers, what do you do with box A and box B? You add box A and B together. Alrighty, so that's how it goes. Some other ways of seeing this problem is they'll do this to you, and they think that, and it's funny because kids are like, I don't get what to do. Well, this one's really easy. They separated the 2 boxes for you. You can clearly see what makes up the roof, how tall it is, what makes up the roof, how tall it is. Just go ahead and add them together, and then you have your final answer. Super simple. Alrighty. Answers for homework, because man, you're going to need them, and you better ask questions, people. Here are the answers for number 1 and 2 on reteach. Number 2, where they say show your work, they're doing it kind of like a high school student where you make it all one problem. Just show me where you found box A, show me where you found box B, and show me where you added them together, and then you have the answer. That's perfectly fine by me. I don't need it written down as one big long equation. And here are the answers for practice. Take your time, make sure you're seeing the problem, ask questions. All right, good luck.